How to become a registered nurse. So, I did my nursing in the state of New York, okay? However, most states are similar, if not the same. However, we all know New York is a little bit extra, okay? So, you may have to go through some more twist and turn, but I did it in New York, so I'm going to tell you the process of doing it in New York. However, as I said before, most states I know they're similar. The first thing I said you would want to do is to determine the college that you want to go. So whether you want to do a 2 year, that's the one that I started with. You would do 2 years, right? And that's called a associate degree. And then you have the 4 years, which is a bachelor in science of nursing. You probably heard before a waiting list. Okay, so most community college are the ones that will have a waiting list because you know when you live in a certain area, maybe it's like one that's in close distance to you, rather than driving so far to go to another community college. So most times there will be a waiting list for the ones within your community. However, you can choose to go on the waiting list, or you can choose not to go on the waiting list and go outside of your community. Well, welcome to Ship It All Registered Nursing, where I support new grads from passing your NCLEX to coaching new or novice nurses to become gritty so you persevere and lead in the field. I am your coach. Let's shine. Okay. Okay. So, depending on your life, right, you may be able to start to do full time or part time. So, setting goals are important, and you will need to stick to your goals. Set them, stick to them. I took the community college route because I didn't want to leave school with a lot of expenses. I didn't want to be in so much debt, and community college are more affordable, and so I chose that route. I was just not into it in leaving school with a big debt. Also, I wanted the flexibility to be able to work, go to school, help to pay for my tuition, and I went to the community college because it was also close to me. Okay. So after I was finished, I went to Chamberlain and I completed my BSN within 1 year. So let's talk cha-ching chang. Okay, so the money part, right? That part is important. Okay, so for community college, it ranged, let's say, 3,000 US dollars to 3,005 per semester. For books, you're looking at, say, 500 or below. And let me tell you, for the first semester, I paid around $500, but I learned real quick. And for my second semester and moving forward, I did not spend that much money on books because I realized that I was able to go on Amazon. I could get the books to rent. If you wanted the PDF version, you can definitely get it at a lower cost. You can try to buy a book from someone, a past student. Sometimes they'll be selling it. So, those are ways that you can get books. Maybe you can share with a friend. There's so many things. Also, the library, they always have the book. Sometimes you can go and you can sign it out for a while. They'll let you know when you have to take it back in, or you can just borrow it for a couple hours for the day. It all depends on your pocket and the amount of money that you want to spend. Sometimes we have to go through some little curves to get by in life, to make things work for us based on our pocket, because we know that this time we are making sacrifice and we have to go through some stuff at times, right? So you just got to do what you got to do to make it work. Okay, nurses that chose to go the more expensive route. Say you plan to go to a 4 year college. You are looking at spending anywhere between 70,000 the least to maybe 120,000 in debt. So it all depends on the route that you want to take. Is it worth it? It's still worth it. Because when you leave, you'll be working, right? So again, it depends on your goals. It depends on when you leave school, your plans. Do you want to spend a lot of time paying back this debt when you don't have to, when it's not a must? It depends on how you want to set things up. But I want to talk to you about a way that you can leave school debt free or with little to no debt, and I don't hear this a lot. I really, really, really don't hear this a lot, and I wish that we can take more advantage of this because it's there for us in the healthcare. It's there for us. You can leave school with little to no debt and listen keenly. Are you ready? Okay. So, if you work in a healthcare facility, for example, a hospital that have what they call it union. So my union that I work at a hospital for 5 years before I became a nurse. I was a nursing assistant, and then I went to the emergency room as a unit care, a unit clerk, a unit clerk. Excuse me. So qualified, and I was qualified from 1 year. And listen, I didn't even know about this because this information, even though you work at the facility, they're not really telling you these things. If someone doesn't tell you, or you don't read something and find out, because remember, knowledge is locked away in books, in papers that have information that we don't know about. There's so much out there that we can benefit from financially that we don't know about. So listen keenly. If you work, Ryu, that's my baby. So if you work at a healthcare facility, as I was saying, I think I lost my thought. But if you work at a healthcare facility and you you have the union, right? The union, you can sign up. You will go to the workshop and you can sign up to get a voucher at Sony rate. Yes. So you'll get the voucher at Sony rate. So most of them give it at, like, say the Sony rate is like the community college, like the one that I told you about, that you pay like about 3,500. But listen up, you have to pass. And listen, you didn't go to fail. You go to pass, and the pass that they want is like a C or higher. A C or higher. And you get the voucher every semester per the classes that you take. I think they give like, say, 6 credits per semester at one point, but now I know some places they're giving the full-time voucher, especially in New York City. And most places you are qualified after working 1 year at that facility in the union. In the union. So you can literally go to nursing school and leave debt free. Even if you say join the army, they also will pay. But listen, I met this nurse that was telling me a little story that he had to apply like 5 times to get them to agree to pay for his MSN, because one of them said that when you leave, you're gonna be making some money. Maybe you should figure it out. So he never stopped, and he applied 5 times. And on the fifth time, that's when they approve him to get it paid for, every cent. So listen, don't give up. That's a little story. And the moral for that story is to tell you, don't give up. Keep pushing, keep going. Never give up, never lose hope. But say you decide not to go any of those routes and you want to take the loan, you can get federal grants, federal loans. If you decide to go to the 4 year college, the federal, sometimes that alone won't cover your tuition, especially if you went to college before and know that you want to go to college again to study nursing. You may be limited to the amount of money that you get. So you will definitely have to apply for other loans. However, the financial department will go over everything and give you all the options that you may need to get a loan. So after all of that information, your next step should be to get your US diploma. For me, I didn't go to high school in the US. If you went to high school in the US, you know that you already have your diploma, or you went and you do the GED, then that's fine. But for me, I went to high school in Jamaica. I graduated in Jamaica with my CXCs. I graduated with 8 CXCs subject. So now it was time for me to figure out, what do I do next. So if you're an international student, or for example, say you you migrated to the US, but you did high school in Jamaica, or another country, then you can find out what's the step for you. For me, I had to go through a agency. I went through one called ECE. However, this information is on the school website. So you can literally find out what agency the school works with because they'll give you a list. And if you even ask the school, they'll let you know the agencies that they work with. Okay. So I had to transfer my CXCs over into high school diploma. So that was another process. So after I did that, before I didn't transfer it, I went and I applied to the school first. I did my application to the school. I paid $30. Most school you have to pay a application fee. Sometimes it begins from like 20, $25, and it goes up depending on the college. Okay, so my college was $30. I did my application. Now it was time for me to transfer my 60, my high school certification with my 60 over into the US diploma. I went online, I applied, I paid the fees. It depending on the year that you took your 60, you may have to pay a search fee, and I pay the fees. If you want to expedite it, you can pay the fee to expedite it. I pay my fees. I let them mail one directly to the school because they have to get a seal. You cannot break the seal, right? This is a very important document. You cannot break the seal. It has to go directly to the school. I also paid for them to mail one to me because I wanted to say it, right? No credits are transferred for the HCXC that I have. I don't get no credit for that. So it's like starting from scratch, like doing everything, maths, English, everything. So after that, you do the placement test. Like all colleges that you have to do a placement test. Most of them want a placement test, especially if you're not transferring any credits, you're not coming from a school here already that you were attending before, like a college here, or you went to high school and you did acquire credits in high school. And even when you do, they still want you to take a placement test. Okay, so anyway, I did my placement test. The placement test will let them know where they want to start you. Are you gonna start at pre-math or pre-English? Those English and math, you still pay the same amount of money for them, but however, you don't get credits. So after you're done with those, if you get placed in it, you have to now take the math, which give you the credit, and the English that give you the credit. Math 101, English 102. They'll tell you everything that you need to know. After that, after you finish with your placement test, now they pair you with a advisor. They give you your welcome package with everything that you need. Like, you will see all the prerequisites that you'll have to do in order to get into the program. You can go directly in the nursing program, but you will have to do stuff before getting directly in. And you have to also make sure that you can manage this workload because that will be very heavy. Because having to deal with just the nursing classes alone is such a heavy load, and then having to do prerequisites along with nursing courses while you're in nursing school, sometimes it can be hard, especially for a 2-year college. For the 4-year, it's easier, they space it out, so it's easier. You just go right in and you do everything. You do the prerequisites. Sometimes they let you do like one nursing class here, one nursing class there. Mostly like the for the fundamentals 1 2, they'll break it in, they'll split it. But for the associate, because it's only 2 years, it's very condensed. So you have to be careful if you really can manage that, because let me tell you, while I was in nursing school, I it was only one that came straight into the program, and she was very young, still living with her parents. Not that it's not hard for her, but when you don't have the kids to deal with, you have husband, you have running to work, it all depends on your life and what you find fit and suitable for your life at that time. Because remember, you go in, you have to really put in the work. Nursing school, it is doable, but you got to work. I'm telling you, you have to put in the work. So if you decide to go right in, you'll have to do the TEAS test. Most colleges, so the TEAS exam is set to evaluate whether students possess the academic skill to earn a higher education degree in health science, right? Most schools, but not every, want you to do the TEAS test. And the scores are from basic to proficiency to, let me see, hold on. Let me check because I don't remember honestly. So it's basic, proficiency, advanced, and exemplary. Those are the the category that they put you in. So basic is from 41 to 43% to 58%. You know what? I'll put it on the screen for you so you'll see it. Okay. So due to the competition in the community college, it it can be hard to go directly sometimes. And as I said before, I only met one person during that time that went directly in the program, and she actually scored I and the T. She got the exemplary. Okay, so also nursing schools and colleges, especially the community college, they use the TEAS test to weed out a lot of applicants. Okay, so please, if your college wants you to do this, please buy the book online. They have a lot of books. My book, I bought it on Amazon. I bought the one that says dummy for Teas for Dummies, one of those dummies book, the yellow and black book. I bought one of those and I studied literally for like 4 days. I just, went through the book a little bit and I went and took it and I passed. I got proficiency, which I know I could do better if I did really, study. But honestly, I had just had my baby, and if I didn't take it at that time, I would miss going in the being able to apply for that fall semester. So I took the risk, and I went and I got it. So the college that I went to, they really take proficiency and higher. Some, I think maybe 2% I know that slipped in with the basic, but it was because others dropped out of the program before they started, and so they're like, oh, let me take these two in because we have the space. So I'm telling you, they will do that. Next is to start your prerequisites. So begin your prerequisites, or if you went directly, you are now doing your prerequisites along with your nursing class. Yay! Congratulations. So I went and I did my prerequisites. I was paired with a advisor. However, my experience wasn't the best because my advisor told me that I can't do like physiology until I finish with my English, and then come to find out I could have done that. So it kind of put me back. So, just to say, stay on top of things. Don't just listen to one person. Stay on top of things for yourself. Read and know the information. Also, you can always switch up your advisors or go to whoever is available. Maybe if you're paired with one person, go to someone else, just to make sure everything is in line and you know that you're really getting the right information. Because sometimes people mess up. What I want to advise you is be prepared for the bumps. Nothing is smooth in nursing school. Like, there is so much that you have to do. Also, I want to tell you, you have to know that there is math exam that you have to do that you have to pass. Some semester you may be able to get nine. They'll tell you this semester is 90. Next semester you have to get like 95 to pass. 2 semesters we had to pass with 100, and they gave you 3 tries. If you fail the 3 tries, you're out. Also, clinicals, you have to pass your clinicals. If you fail your clinicals, my college gave us 3 tries. If you fail all 3 tries, you're out of the program. That's how they do it. They are very, very strict. And if you're late often, they will write you up. It's a lot. It's a lot. But guess what? It's really preparing you for this nursing field, because I'm telling you, while I was going through nursing school, I had days when I really cried. Like, I literally cried. Like, I can tell you a story. One time I was rushing so much because I had to drop my baby off, and then I went to college. I parked. Can you believe When I went in, because I was rushing, because I'm telling you, if you are a minute late, they're writing you up. And too many write up can lead to you, they say, oh, they'll kick you out of the program. So I never wanted to late. Anyway, I rushed, I went in, I came back out, my car was still running. The key was in the ignition, the car was running. That car ran for hours while I was in class. And I didn't even know, because I was rushing so much. I didn't even know that I left the car running. So I'm telling you, it's so much to go through. But now that I'm in the field and I'm really like in it, I'm like, honestly, I don't regret what I went through. I really, really don't regret it, because what I have to go through now, a lot of times, especially being a travel nurse, I'm telling you, I'm really telling you, it prepares you for the future. Nursing school will prepare you, and you have to be ready. You really, really have to be ready for nursing school. Be ready for the real world out there, because you're gonna go through stuff. You're gonna go through stuff, and it's preparing you for the nurse that you're going to become. We have to be thick skinned. We have to be able to put up with a lot. Patient. Remember, you're dealing with people from all over. Patient, their family, doctors, other nurses, your colleagues. And you have to learn to work together as a team with these people that are from all different places. So you have to start from nursing school, learning to have that guts, learning to have that drive, learning to have that determination, developing the skills that you need necessary to perform in the field and to lead in the field. Okay. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, if we did a great job explaining how to become a nurse in New York, in the US, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Share the video, subscribe, comment below. Comment, tell me something about your nursing journey. And if you feel that nursing school did you well, raising you for the nursing field. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share the video. Go and check out my video on urinary system. If you're still in nursing school, it's very helpful. Also, if you're preparing for NCLEX, you can check out my videos, my tips and tricks for passing your NCLEX, strategy that you will need to lead in the field.